All right, what's up, y'all? This is Black Jeremy. We got Primo here, and we're just going to talk about Batman Year One. It was something we wanted to talk about. We get into these DC movies, so you might see a bunch of these coming from us, you know. And something you was just saying to me earlier that who was it that was playing Gordon? Who was that dude
The
again?
boy that Bryan Cranston,
I didn't
fucking
know that at all.
Heisenberg. I had no idea. I never looked up the cast
Yeah,
before, but
I didn't even know that.
cast cast got some names. Like I'm looking now, and Katie Sackhoff, who's like a sci-fi legend, played Sarah Essen.
Like, are you saying a sci-fi legend like one of those? She's a Trekkie lady.
She from I know her from Battlestar Galactica.
Okay. Oh, I
She was
like
in
Battlestar.
that's my shit. She was in The
Yeah.
Mandalorian too. She played the one Joan with the helmet off, the one Mandalorian that kept taking her helmet off.
Her? That's her? She was.
Let me
I
get
didn't
dropped.
even notice she was in this thing. So
That's
like
funny
that
as
chick,
fuck.
who was she? Right. Who was she playing? Who was she playing? The chick.
She played Sarah Essen, the joint he was cheating on his wife with.
Yeah, yo. So I literally have there in my notes that she set that man up, and he was into it.
Yes, she did.
She set that
Yes, she
man
did.
up. She like, yo, you want a cab? I
Now
got you.
the funny thing about this movie that I wanted to bring up later on was like I noticed certain trends that happened in this movie that carried on in other stories like Year One and shit like that. But like later on in the continuity, Essen and Gordon get married.
That the lady cop.
Yeah, they get married later on in the
Word?
comics. Yeah,
What?
she ended up getting she like they made it look like she left and all that, but she was around when No Man's Land happened. She ended up getting shot in the
Really?
face by the Joker.
Whoa. I'm
That
so upset that we don't kill the Joker.
right, he should have been gone a
I'm
long time
a
ago.
long time ago, long time ago. But you know what? You know what? That's actually great because I was looking at this movie. Right, Batman is fucking insane. So it would make sense that he needs this guy around
Yeah.
because peep this dude. This nigga is sitting in his chair talking to a statue of his father. All right,
At least
bleeding
he
to
wasn't
death.
talking out loud. At least he wasn't
Ah,
talking out loud. I'll give him
I
that.
don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. My man was in there hard. I'm not going to ring the bell for your butler, bro. You're not
He's
gonna get
fed up.
sick
He was
medical
fed up.
attention.
I jotted that down too. That's an iconic moment in
It
like
was it
Batman's
yeah.
and
Despite
his
how
lore.
insane it was
Yeah.
hot though. That joint was like they played it. And I'm gonna be honest, we were talking about the voices. Like I did not at first like I didn't like that the Batman voice at first, right?
Yeah, me neither. It had to grow on me.
It grew on me, and I did hear him do that. Was it the Kevin Conroy? Like
Yeah.
you remember when he was in the back seat of the cab, like after the cops basically shot him in the streets,
Right.
and he was in
They
it.
said freeze and then shot his
And
ass
they shot
immediately.
him. He did not move. He ain't budge or nothing. They just shot boy. He was gonna move. I'm like, okay, was he though? Like, was he? He
Catwoman
just
put her
shot my
hands.
man.
She put her hands
Yes,
right up. She's like, all
yes.
right,
Yo,
all right.
that fight was good, wasn't it?
That was
That
flames,
was a good fight, yo.
and
That
that was
was a good
straight from
fight.
the books. That was
Word.
straight from the books.
I said I was gonna read it. I did not even read it, by the way.
I got the book right here in my hands,
Oh, you
bro.
got he like I got the materials in front of me, sir.
Right here, man. But that's another thing. When I was saying how I keep seeing trends in other stories.
Mm-hmm.
Um, recently, well, not recently. This was a couple years ago now. When Tom King was doing the Batman story, when Batman and Catwoman was supposed to get married,
Okay.
they was talking about when they first met, and Catwoman said that that was the first time that they met. That fight right there on the strip, and they had like a little clip of that scene. And Batman was like,
Oh, that's
"Nah."
hot. Yeah,
He was
that's
like,
hot.
"Nah, the first time we met was." And they referenced some other shit from Year One. He was like, "No, that was the first time we met."
So, okay, I get what you're saying. So she knew that was Batman because he wasn't disguised. Like he had like his own little like voice, hit the scar and stuff.
Yeah. Can we talk about how nasty it is that in the book he basically had on blackface?
Yeah, I mean, look, that is the best. That is the better disguise. I'm just saying. I wouldn't confuse
Yeah,
that
because
man for Bruce Wayne.
they. I'm glad that they cleaned it up in the movie. Like they didn't really emphasize it that much. But he did say a change of complexion and a distracting scar.
I mean,
He
yeah,
was basically
it
in
makes
blackface in
sense.
the book. That shit was nasty work, man.
Uh, I was thinking, right, when it comes to like when you think of like the main bad guy of this series, it seemed like a lot of it is Gotham. Like Gotham is the main bad guy of this whole episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see
Like,
that.
right? Because it's like he's trying to what fight the government, fight the cops,
You
fight
gotta start.
the. They gotta
I,
fight
I
the
love that he started from the
citizens.
ground up. I love that he
Yeah,
started from the ground up. And
yeah,
I keep bringing this up when I keep talking about how they keep redoing Batman movies and they always try to shoehorn in like the supervillains. Like there's so
yeah.
many other street level villains that they can include.
Yes,
And I think
yes.
the Penguin just proved that.
Yeah, and the Penguin, he's always like I always had respect for him because I feel like he's one of the dudes that like oh he don't go to Arkham, send that nigga to Rikers,
He go
you
to
know what I
jail,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
He got
you go to
Blackgate.
prison, yeah,
He
yeah.
got Arkham for
Blackgate,
niggas
there you
like
go,
Joker,
yeah,
Blackgate for niggas like
like
Penguin.
the Penguin, like you're just doing crime, sir. You're not a crazy person.
Yeah, they got so
Oh,
many. There's so many stories they could tell. Like I want to see a movie where he chasing down Zaz. That's it. Is that too much to ask?
well, he's who?
Chasing down Zaz.
Ooh, that's the guy with the cuts, right?
Yeah, he got like
Ugh.
a cut on his
Yeah,
body for
that
every
dude.
body he caught.
Some of the Batman villains, like some of his enemies are actually genuinely scary to me.
Absolutely.
Zaz is one of those that pig butcher guy.
I want to
You
see
know
one
what I'm
with
talking
him
about?
too, Professor Pig or whatever
That's
his name
oh
is.
my professor. That dude is terrifying. Even the
Throws the
Mad
fuck off.
Hatter one, like he be targeting children for the most part. That
Yeah,
shit is scary. You know what I mean? Like I do enjoy his rogues gallery. But like you were saying earlier, like seeing it from like that street level, I like that. Like for example, it seemed like this whole movie to me was like watching the Batman mythos from Gordon's eyes. You know what I mean?
I can
It
see
felt
that.
like Gordon's movie.
I can
It
see
felt
that.
like his movie. You know what I mean? When he was
And
going through it,
yeah,
I was enjoying that.
and they did tell a story using like parallels a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple things that happen multiple times that I didn't even notice before. Like early on, I got a timestamp where at like 12 minutes into the movie, almost 13 minutes into the movie, after Gordon get his ass whooped and after Bruce get fucked up the first time he went out there when he was fighting, when he was mixing with Catwoman,
Yeah.
he's driving. They both driving opposite directions and they almost crash.
Yeah, yeah, I did peep that. I did peep that. And kind of like some of the same beats that they're going through, they're happening, but through like different ways. Like one will be like Batman physically going through it,
Yeah.
while Gordon's like kind of like emotionally going through those things too.
And they foreshadowed that at the very beginning with the way they both came into town.
Right. Oh yeah, because he had just came back too. Yup. Yup. And speaking
Yeah,
of
because
Gordon, right? Yo, my guy is a straight badass.
I
All
didn't know he
right.
had hands like that.
Okay, like my guy is a straight badass. He pulled up on Flash, right? He pulled up on Flash, wait for him to leave his homies, no lights on, just
Mhm.
pulled him over, gave him the back, beat the brakes off my man's,
He was like, he
didn't
deserves a
say
handicap. He
he
deserves
just
a
like I
handicap.
deserve a handicap, gave him a back and drove off.
Left the
Drove
handcuffed
off.
in the snow, butt ass naked.
Okay, like drove off.
Yo,
Disrespectful. I loved it.
you know how you
That
can
was
save
yo.
movies? You can save movies to your PlayStation 3, right?
Yeah.
On my PlayStation 3, I got Year One saved, and you could pick the thumbnail. That fight scene is the thumbnail for that movie. That shit
I
was
give it
beautiful
yeah, because yeah, it was a master class. He went in there. Don't disrespect Gordon.
at
Don't
all.
disrespect Gordon.
I ain't know Gordon had hands like that, man.
No.
Beautiful, beautiful. But about them
Oh,
almost crashing, that shit happened at the end too.
what?
They almost crashed again at the end. Where
Oh, where he shot him off his bike?
yeah, yeah.
He just
Before that
shot
though,
Bull right off his bike. I'm like,
he
oh
ain't asked no
snap.
questions.
Nothing. Like I at first I was like, oh, was that Bruce? I wasn't even sure. He shot him so it was so quick. I'm like, oh, was that Bruce? He even
He,
knew he shot him because he's like, oh, this must be armor under that vest.
he ain't
Shot
asked no
with
questions.
the
Like, how
quickness.
did he just assume that homeboy on the bike had
It
something
was
to do with
it
it?
had anything to do with this. He just did not care. But you know what? You take my kid. I can understand you gotta let the beast out a little bit.
Yeah,
Everybody kind of catch a little something from somebody.
he
You know what I
definitely
mean?
did. He definitely did.
Speaking of catching things from somebody, the dude Flash. Were they do was Flash doing a training day with Gordon?
He was trying to.
He's trying to
I
do a
got
training
so
day, right?
like it seemed like when Gordon first got there, they thought that he was like them. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because he fucked up in Chicago doing something.
Yeah,
So they was
yeah,
like, he's probably perfect here for the group, and like that was highlighted when he first met the commissioner or whatever. Like he was talking about, you gonna
yeah.
get my best work, and he was like, I'm sure. He was like, you ain't got to worry about my honesty. He said it never crossed my mind.
Yo, who is the voice actor of the commissioner? He just oozes sleaze.
Let me see. Loeb is John Polito. I don't know who that is. Oh shit, that's
That's the Matilda
he's
dad,
from
right?
no, Matilda dad was what you call him?
Don't say
Danny
Danny DeVito.
DeVito.
All right,
Yeah.
I literally have here, right, that this voice actor is the Danny DeVito of voice actors. He oozes scumbag. I just knew he was a bad guy. The moment he said, Gordon, I'm like, oh shit.
I know this nigga from something. I can't. What do I know him from? I got his Wikipedia page. He was in Highlander. Okay,
What? Here we are.
that was my shit too.
Highlander? That was my. Don't.